Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Ross.
And Brandy.
Amber.
And Chris.
Today, we're going to talk about a case that I hadn't really heard of until I saw this documentary. It's documentary's on Netflix, by the way. It's called Don't Fuck with Cats. And my son, Austin, actually told me about it.
He's a true crime buff.
Yeah. And I thought the title, I was like, what in the world is this? It makes sense. This is a guy that I think he was originally from Canada, and he throws up a video on YouTube.
It's called One Boy, Two Cats.
Two cats.
That already doesn't sound good.
And I mean, okay, we're all animal lovers around this table,
Yes.
and I'm assuming most of our listeners are too. So the things we're going to talk about are uncomfortable, but anyway, it's very important to understand like how this all became a thing.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it for gratuitous reasons, because none of us. We're all sickened by the thought of what he did. But anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, he puts up this video, and it's him taking these two cats and putting them in a vacuum seal bag. But
it's worse, because in the beginning, they're kittens. I mean, they're kittens. Yeah. He's playing with them. He's loving on them. He's stroking them and cuddling them, and they're making them feel safe. That's what... I mean, it's bad enough the things he did.
That is a sick man.
But that told me a lot about his mindset. The fact that he could cuddle something. Because, like, if I had to feed my family, I could kill something. But I would have to think of it as not, I would have to, like, segregate that in my mind. The fact that he could cuddle it 1 minute and be, like, tickling it.
Yeah, like, if I lived on a farm, if I was loving an animal...
If I lived on a farm, we'd be starving.
There's no way I could kill it.
Yeah. Once I interact
like you said,
with
maybe if I had to, and I knew that was food, just keep that in my mind.
It would have to be, like... sectioned off in my head.
Yeah, you know what? If I have to do something for a life or death type situation,
I would have to become a vegetarian.
Yeah, I am capable of doing just about anything, but to do it for fun, oh no.
Well, and you should have. I wish I don't want you to see it because it was hard for me to see. But
y'all keep talking. I'll go look.
So part of it was so disturbing, but just the fact that he could that just was a whole new level of sick for me, that he could cuddle it and interact with it like a kitten. So yeah, he's loving on them, cuddling them. Then he puts them in the bag, and like one kitten is playing with him and batting.
Oh my god! See, and that's why I couldn't do it. I could not watch that.
We had to fast forward, but anyway. So go ahead, Ross. So that's a whole nother level of sick. Like to me, that you could do that.
That's some soulless shit, man.
Yeah, and I mean,
turns out he treats people the same way.
Yeah, God. So anyway, he sucks all the air out of the bags, effectively kills the cats,
and that's one video.
So then we get introduced to these other people who are various IT people or they may work in some other field, but they happen to spend a lot of time
because he uploads these videos.
Because he uploads these
to YouTube. Which I would have thought
that even?
That was years ago too.
Yeah, it was like 2010.
Yeah, it was a lot less
before they had the AI that
kind of the wild west.
And so people saw these, and they were
and then they start sharing them, going, "Oh my God, what the
And these people, a few of them, got together and did a group, and like, we're going to find evidence because.
And the name of the group was "Don't Fuck with Cats."
Yeah, because
reasonable.
That's the whole That's kind of like they were saying the one thing on the internet: anything's fair game, but you don't fuck with the everybody.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a pretty big believer in that. Don't fuck with kids. Don't fuck with animals.
Beyond that,
you want to fuck with someone. And fuck with someone your own size. Fuck with someone who can fight back.
Right.
So anyway, these people that are in this group are all over the world.
And they start dissecting these videos.
Well, yeah, and that was kind of interesting too, because you think, okay, you watch this video, well, I really didn't see anything, but they actually took these videos, broke them down frame by frame.
Let me tell you what, you get some of these Reddit communities, those motherfuckers are...
Well, they broke them down into separate pictures for each frame of the video, and it was like stuff would pop out that you didn't notice watching the video.
Like, each one would be assigned to analyze certain frames. So, like... Because when you first see the video, like, you're thinking, there's nothing in here. Because it's just like this drab, very generic bedroom. It looks pretty low rent. There's all you see is the bed and the pillows. I mean, at that video, there's not even anything on the walls. But there is a blanket. You know those blankets, like, that are like the furry that have the picture? There's one of those, and it's pretty distinctive. It's a wolf head. And
that was funny.
So they track down all the makers.
It is bought on eBay. They go and find the seller on eBay. There's only been one sold.
Oh wow!
But here's the deal: this guy that was perpetrating all this, and I'm gonna tell you his name, Luca Rocca Magnotta.
Jesus Christ!
Sounds like a gangster.
This guy, I mean,
it sounds like Hakuna Matata.
Just wait. Because this guy had populated all over the internet all these different aliases and names, sock puppet accounts, to the extent that he proclaimed to be an actor, a model, etc. He posted whole profiles of other people talking about how gorgeous he was.
Like, he set up like a modeling page for himself.
Right.
And he had all these sock puppet accounts going, woo, hot stuff, sexy, to make it look like people were interacting. It was all him.
And made it look
like the ultimate catfish.
Well, and not only that, I mean, made it look like he was... Because when the people first started investigating the first video... They're like, my God, who is this guy?
Because there were pictures from all over the world.
It made it appear that he was all over, like in Russia, he was in Italy, he was in,
he was taking other people's pictures and adding his face, and like people were like, because they would fool the casual when they
like who?
Tinfoil.
Yeah. When you
like that Russian girl with the dragon behind her, I'm like 60% sure that was photoshopped.
And when you really started to look at it, though, like the light didn't measure up. Casually.
I mean, he was really good at what he was doing,
but certain color contrasts would be different.
Exactly.
Angles weren't quite right and stuff, and so then they started using TinEye. TINI, which is a image reverse engine search engine, and so then I started going.
Was it like Google image search?
Kind of.
Yeah, it reverses. It finds all those images.
Yeah,
and then you can see where those images come
where
from.
They originated and where they propagated to, and so they started doing that, and they were like, then they found some of the original images and realized.
That ain't him.
It ain't him. And so...
Well, it's him, just not...
Right.
Yeah.
That, he had taken other people's pictures and was doing this.
But he was real careful, to... The average user wouldn't have spotted it. He was very careful to keep the same body type, same, stuff like that. So it was...
It wasn't like...
It was
you see some on the internet that are just...
Just like, oh, wow, let's so not... Yeah,
and these weren't like that. Like... At first, you were like, okay. And it was only after they started digging deeper. And
so then, after they've been in this investigation for a little while, another video pops up. And it's him on the bed playing with the now dead kittens.
The two kittens
who are like, stiff.
He's playing with them like action
like they're
figures.
Barbie dolls, or
like
action figures or something.
And
I mean,
it was disturbing.
And to me, I mean, I see that and I'm thinking, this dude is a serial killer, or is going to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
I mean,
that goes beyond psychopathy. There's a very, very obvious mental problem there.
Yeah, and so then I mean, and like about this time, he's infiltrated the group.
Oh yeah, he has.
Was it
multiple
probably a Reddit
profiles.
group, wasn't it?
No,
it was on Facebook.
Oh,
multiple profiles in there were him.
Oh wow!
And so he would know what they were doing before they did it.
He would know what they were saying. And
I mean, if you're going to do shit like that, that's a smart thing to do.
And he was taunting them. He would,
I mean, this kid really, psychotic. but also brilliant.
He had to have like a genius IQ. I mean, he's obviously fucked up, but way smarter than the average bear.
Yeah. Honest to God, I mean, that the group actually wound up splintering into a smaller group because I think there was a lot of people in the original group that were just kind of casual users, and a lot of non-information got thrown out there.
Right.
They were like,
wrong information got
this
thrown
group got a
out
little
there.
bit out of hand. We need to get back to the basics.
Yeah, exactly.
So that they could control and make sure it wasn't
And
sock
honest to God, I think had it only been one person going after him, they wouldn't have beat him. I really don't think they'd have beat him. I think he would have killed him.
Because like one of the girls was...
I think there was enough of them, and they were all... And then when you got down to that core group, they were all dedicated, and I think that's what it took to get
They were all dedicated. They all had the IT background, and they were all spread out enough geographically.
Yeah.
Because like the one girl, she lived in Vegas.
Worked for a casino
Worked
in
for a
IT.
casino in IT, was like a executive. And once he started putting they put in a little heat on him, he sent her a video.
No, he posted it up, but just posted it straight on YouTube, and one of the other people saw it.
He tagged her.
Well, he tagged her, yeah.
He posted it and
Walking
tagged
through her casino.
walking through the casino where she worked, basically saying,
That had to scare her to death.
Oh,
"Oh
yeah.
my God,
it
can you
did.
imagine?"
She just about backed out of all of
No,
it.
I think that would have.
Yeah.
I would have backed out on
But
that.
she was like, "That ship sailed. He already knows my information now.
Yeah.
At least
see,
this way I can help put him away."
At that point, you've really only got two options: you back out and hope for the best,
Or run
or go
for
on
it.
hardcore offensive. Yeah,
yeah, and that's
And
what
so-
she did.
This goes on. This went on like 2 years, I think.
And
didn't it?
so
and he periodically he would post another video.
The next video
Cats, dogs.
was a cat clear taped to like a yardstick.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus!
He drowned it in the bathtub. Again, it didn't show any of these things. On that one, it showed you the cat taped to the yardstick, and then it cut away. But that was enough.
See, and
that was
and
too much.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
more than enough for me
Yeah.
to not be able to sleep.
And then the next video, another kitten. And you think, what's wrong here? It looks very... Because the kitten's just playing on the bed, he's playing with it, and you're thinking like, by this time something bad's going to happen, but you can't see anything. Until you see movement out of the corner of your eye. He has this big albino... Python. And he's playing with the kitten, keeping it distracted so the python can stalk it.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
And again, it's over before you see that, but you know. And
that's what I told her. It's like, I'll talk about it. I am not watching that. There's no way.
it was bad. It was bad. Now, luckily, that's like the first 15 minutes of the thing, and then pretty much after that, he sets his sights on people, which sadly I can tolerate a little better.
Oh, I can too.
And I know
as
that-
long as it's not kids or
right.
disabled people or old people.
But he winds up, and I mean, these people stayed active in investigating him, and they were contacting. They'd figure out where they thought he was, and they would contact police.
You know who they should have contacted?
Interpol.
Interpol has international jurisdiction.
Interpol gets involved.
Okay, all right. That's actually what the name is, International Police.
And I mean, differing police stations, they might get one guy that, was interested and stayed involved in it somewhat. Others, no response. They didn't,
they finally had...
What are you nerds talking about was kind of their, their response.
He had tracked...
But
by this time, he had posted some pictures, and somebody gave him a tip, which I don't think we ever found out who sent him that tip.
I don't know who
of
gave
the
him
name.
that tip.
Somebody
Yeah.
sent a tip to them privately and said the guy... It may have been him.
Yeah, because he was that liked
twisted.
to he liked
the
to
attention.
play with people. And
Somebody
cops.
gave him a name and said the guy you're looking for is Luca Magnotta. Never did they determine who that was that put them on the trail of the right guy.
But when they first pulled up and started researching,
what?
This guy's like a
Fashion model. What the
punk
fuck?
kid fashion model wannabe actor.
I understand that he's smart, but do you think that his ego was big enough to tell them who he is?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Because it got him attention.
it got him attention. That was his whole deal.
And like at one point he posts a picture and he's sitting on these stairs with a rail, and you can see the rail of the stairway. It's obviously outside, and you see a traffic light. And the traffic lights were unique. They were shaped in a way